everybody. Welcome to this week's MPTV Coaches Show. Ryan Lilly, Brian Peters, and we're talking some postseason information, postseason success. We'll talk about swimming first. Sectionals will be next Saturday, November 9th, but they had the conference meet this past weekend. Ava Ray, our diver, finished second in conference, broke the school record, and obviously that's spectacular. Maddie Parrott, also a junior, second place in the fly and the backstroke, I believe.
Right. Yeah, correct. Yeah, 100.
Yeah, 100 meter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously swimming, co-op, and we've said before, sometimes it's harder to get information on them, but, I mean, a couple other kids I know, Maya Happel is also one of the kids that's contributed to some of the relays and such. So, it's kind of nice to see our kids being successful, but also with those Washington, D.C. Florida kids.
The co-op environment, I think, is a really neat thing because it allows you to obviously get to know other kids from different schools, and it's just a different way of experiencing it. I know a lot of those young ladies, and they work extremely hard. They work extremely hard in the classroom as well. They represent our school, and we're proud of them. So great job and best of luck.
Yeah, so I mean, we're excited for them. Speaking of sectionals, cross country's on the verge of sectionals as well. They just had regionals this past weekend. Boys win the regional, girls finish second, so they're both going on to sectionals.
Best of luck, guys. We've been talking about you a lot this whole fall, rightfully so, because you've deserved the notoriety, and so we'll see how it goes. Let's see, sectionals, I think for the boys at least, held at Metamora.
That sounds right to me.
But they don't try to get to Detweiler. They famously have the state race. So.
Yeah, exciting stuff. And I mean, we've talked about maybe getting Coach Zeller or some of the kids back here, but truthfully, I feel like we're kind of waiting for state because we just kind of assume they're going to get there, and I mean, going to find out after this sectional run.
Go get them, guys.
Speaking of state, let's talk about our marching band. They've been busy the last couple weeks, or weekends, I guess I should say. 2 weekends ago, they had ISU state there, and then went down to St. Louis this past weekend, and obviously, I mean, represented our school really well in both spots.
I feel like we could just have 20 years ago recorded something saying that the band has won their state competition and has moved on to the super regionals and done exceptionally well, and just hit that play every year because that's how it is. Credit to the program and to all of the support that they get. They work very hard, and I had the opportunity the last couple of years because when my kid was in the marching band at a different school, and to get to see those kids perform more regularly was really impressive. So, best of luck down in Disney.
Yeah, that's right. That's coming up.
Congratulations on an excellent season.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk with Titus Yoder and Zach Weber, two of our marching band members, and they talked a little bit about Disney and a little bit more about the ISU state experience. So let's take a look at that interview. All right, we are here with two of our MHS marching band members. We got Titus Yoder and Zach Weber. And guys, you're state champs for the third time in a row. How does that feel?
Yeah, feels pretty good. I mean, we've created a legacy now for 3 times in a row. It's impressive, and with 3 different directors, it's incredible too. It's not just the directors that are pushing us; it's also us pushing us.
I think it's a great point. Talk a little bit about, I mean, obviously Titus, you're a senior, Zach, you're a junior, but kind of taking that leadership role as you become, members of this band that are not, freshmen and sophomores anymore, that you kind of be those folks who have to push the younger members.
Yeah, sometimes it's tricky, but it's enjoyable when you get the payoff of a state title. You have to put yourself in the mindset of, I'm doing this for victory, and if we don't do it, we might get a different result.
Right. Totally makes sense. Let's ask Zach this one. So you're going into the final run on Saturday, right? I mean, it sounds like prelims went pretty well, but kind of what was the mindset? Because there's a little bit of pressure thinking about that fact that you are essentially knowing that the state title is kind of on the line there.
Yeah, so going into that, after the warm-up, we're all kind of we're hyped. We're all looking at each other like, this is it. We're going to have an incredible run. And that's exactly what we did. We went out there and we threw down, and we came home with the title, which was pretty sweet.
Awesome. And then let's kind of fast forward a little bit. I mean, you got BOA coming up. I mean, that's obviously kind of now you get the state championship. Now you kind of put yourselves, I guess, on the national scene. And I mean, obviously, everybody knows Morton's really good. But kind of how does the mindset change when you're not just competing against those Illinois schools, but you've got teams, organizations from throughout the country, really?
Well, with BOA, it's like you're going up against different Mortons. You're going up against different schools that have won their states, their local competitions, and are dominant in their states. So you have to put yourself in the mindset that, like, oh wait, everyone can compete with us, and it's going to be close no matter what. So we have to put out our best and be confident in what we can do and what we know we can do.
For sure.
Awesome. And let's kind of go off the field for a second here. I mean, you get to go on the trip, right? Do you ever is it kind of fun just getting away? Like, I guess let's say this. What's it like outside of the rehearsals and such? How's the, bonding with the
Around a lot of bonding. Play some games, some fun games.
Yeah. Yeah, the dorm room situation is awesome. We're all in hotel rooms, and it's a good time. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Very nice. I guess the last question is, like, we've talked about, we've talked about state, we've talked about BOA. We got to talk about Disney. You're going to go down to Florida around Thanksgiving. Just kind of your feelings on that, excitement. What's that kind of like?
I'm pretty excited personally. I mean, can go all the way down to Florida, performing at Disney in a parade. That's what a way to end a good season.
Yeah. Of course, we wish we could compete and end it that way, but performing at Disney and just getting time to, hang out at Disney and have fun with all of us, it'll be a good time.
Very nice. Well, thanks, guys, and congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obviously, there it is, right? They're excited about Disney. They're proud of what they've done. I mean, and I think the fun of it is the Disney trip is just fun. I mean, they want to go there and they want to play well, but it's not the pressure of a scored environment.
Absolutely, it's kind of icing on the cake for what has been a successful season, and now they kind of can let their hair down, if you will, a little bit, and just enjoy the experience. So,
Yeah,
fun.
Absolutely. Speaking of successful, girls volleyball's in the regional right now. They've had a very successful season, got their first regional win over Galesburg on Tuesday. Probably maybe by the time you folks at home are watching this, we'll actually have had them play the regional championship game against Dunlap. But as we're recording that, or as we're recording this, I should say, that game is about 3.5 hours away. So, I mean, kind of a big game, though.
Yeah, it's the matchup they've kind of been waiting for. Played Dunlap again, a good team, one of the teams that is one of their losses, I know, this year. I think the kids are confident. I talked to a few of them today in class, so best of luck. Obviously, we're going to find out here by the time people are watching this, it's already going to happen, so we don't know, but I feel good about our kids' chances.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously, once they get that victory, we'll have more on that in the sectional next week. So exciting stuff there for sure. One other thing, just kind of real quick before we wrap it up, it's kind of amazing to think about this, but it maybe makes sense with all the postseason discussion, but we're in the transitional period, right, between winter sports, between fall sports and winter sports, and we've even had girls basketball start practice.
Yeah, November is here, right? So here we go.
Yeah.
To get the winter sports rolling, and it's kind of crazy to think about how fast it goes. I guess it's that way every year, but I know these teams are excited to get going, and certainly when we think of our basketball programs on both sides, they should have yet again excellent seasons. We have our wrestlers who are going to be ready to hit the mats, and all the other kids involved with things. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have more on those winter sports starting up in the next couple of weeks. We'll have more on the fall sports, cross country, volleyball, swimming, all those sports that are still going on. Next week, we'll give you updates on their postseason success. But for now, for Brian Peters, I'm Ryan Woodley. Goodbye, everybody.